Good morning, everybody. It's June 16th, Tuesday, June 16th, 2026 on the Tuesday, 9 a.m. My name's Don Swanker. I'll call the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. Other supervisor would be Mike Steinis to my left. Then to my right, Bjorn from IT, Lisa from the auditors, Brittany back in the press box. Welcome back. First up, we have visitors and citizens. Is there anybody online or in person that would like to address the board today?
Michael?
We see we have Michael back. Welcome. Hearing none, we'll move on to first item is Julie Fern, DFC interim coordinator with departmental update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I believe in your packets, you had a contract amendment. So we were able to get the kids and some coalition members registered to go to the mid-year conference. And I'm going to go. Taking other people's kids on trips is really a whole different ballgame. And it was kind of decided that I've done it and I should go. That's going to take more hours than I had in my 60 hours per month because it's going to be a week. So it asks for an extra 30 hours for the month of July only.
Okay. How many kids signed up?
6.
6.
The kids we serve are high risk and high need. So it's not like traveling with your own kids. I learned that on the hard way the first year. It's a whole different beast.
And I know there's qualifications and everything that
They do. They went to a certain number of meetings and participated in the next number of activities. There's a whole little checklist. But you know, by definition, they are high risk kids. That's who we serve. You know, and I can't have them in my hotel room because you don't. So then it's the whole kids in a different room somewhere, hopefully just down the hall, but it's a whole different ball game. And it's usually long days.
So these expenses are all covered by the grant.
They absolutely are. And there's plenty of money because we had some months where nothing was billed.
So I know that you've done this 3 or 4 times before, and it seems to, we get reports back from the kids and they all seem to really get into it, if
Yes.
you will. Yeah, they really absorb what they're doing and has an effect, I guess, on them and their peers and their counterparts, you know. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
It's fun. They work with the Bellevue School Board. They
Yeah.
come back and they tell them what they learned and they bring back maybe something they think could be different that would help kids make better choices, and the school board works with them. And Mr. Hilmer has been just as receptive as Tom Meyer was, the previous superintendent. We offered it to Easton Valley kids. They're all in sports, and so they chose not to go. It's Bellevue again. It's not that we only want Bellevue, it's just how it works out. Those kids aren't in sports. So then they have that summertime free. The Easton Valley kids are all in like 3 sports, so.
And even though you're interim, we're still trying to get with Makokata.
Absolutely, Baptistera, yep.
Okay.
So you're looking just for us to approve this interim coordinator contract amendment?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve the drug-free communities interim coordinator contract amendment as presented. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
You know,
you.
hopefully we could hear back on what it was and what they learned, but I know they look forward to it every time they
Yeah,
need to go.
and this year, it's a couple weeks earlier, so we get back and there's actually time for them to come see you. Last year it was so late, it's like they started school.
Right.
So this year it's earlier.
Nice they can come in and do that, and again, we thank you for your taking up your time and leaving the family and disrupting things a little bit, so.
Well, in this group, it's a younger group. We have some middle schoolers, you know, I generally don't you don't take seniors generally because they're leaving. But we got some new younger kids, so that's
So
why.
would there be a list that you could email to us or something too, or?
Absolutely. And then there's 2 moms going. One of the kids has seizure and diabetic issues, and he scares me with his health stuff. Sorry, but it's true. So his mom comes and her job is to manage him. And then one of the other moms goes. And then we have a coalition member going, Elizabeth Hyatt from Robert Young, but I will send you a list of all their names.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next up, we have Ruth with the Veterans Affairs for departmental update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey. I say every time I come in here, we're busy, which is good. So we checked status on 30 different claims for the month. There were 12 decisions made at the VA level, and then 7 partial decisions or remands that were done. We did 4 updates to the VA. We did 5 new claims. 11 appeals. I feel like we're in appeals season. That's what we've been doing a lot of. So we're getting a lot of decisions, but we're also appealing a lot of decisions. one healthcare application, one dependency claim, one chapter 35 DEA, so that's an education benefit for dependents. And 9 intent to files. We sent in 2 Board of Veterans Appeals applications, and we did 2 summary of benefit letters. There's 76 open claims. We filed 56 of them, so our percentage of claims for the month of May was 74%.
When you say appeals, is that applications that have been, I assume, been denied?
Yes, applications that have been denied, or applications that maybe were like, you needed to do an earlier effective date, like you did the wrong date, you need to pay the veteran back further, or yeah, just something, or if we're like, no, you didn't do the right amount because they need a higher percentage level. So we can appeal just about anything, and we can appeal it as often as we want. There's just different lanes that we have to do it through depending on the situation. So yeah, our May interactions, we had 119 phone calls, sent 18 emails, saw 40 people in person, had 7 faxes go out, 2 pieces of mail, 16 unspecified. Those are when we're working on something, just making our notes in our system. So we had a total of 202 interactions, and our secretary handled 35 phone calls and 23 walk-ins. I will say our phone interactions are going up. It's almost like our in-person are going, they're staying steady, but they're going down a little bit, but we're doing way more over the phone with our veterans. They're calling, they're asking us to help them. We're working on the claims. And then with our system that we have, we can email them and get their signatures through that. We don't do it through the county email. It goes through the Vet Pro service, sends them their form. They put in their information. They're able to sign it, comes directly back to our system, and then we can submit to the VA. So we're doing a lot more of that, which is good, you know, especially as veterans age and they're not maybe able to leave their houses as easily. So that's a good thing that we have. Our April County Award Report, we had 437 veterans and or their eligible dependents receiving $905,227 in compensation for the month of April.
That is a amazing number to me, because you think about that, that's $1 million, close to $1 million a month coming into.
Yeah, it's amazing what you know, what the benefits that are available. And then, you know, I hate to say it, we have about approximately 1,200 veterans in our community. We only work with maybe like 400 of them, right?
That's great.
So you look at the amount of benefits that we could have, right? And now they may be filing other ones, I don't know, right? But I would love to reach all of them, right? I'd love to be working with all 1,200 that are, you know, estimated to be in the county. So
With county participation, Jackson County actually rates pretty high per percentage of veterans compared to a lot of other counties.
So we're doing very well as far as the number of benefits that are getting to our veterans. So we're very pleased with that.
That comes back to your office.
Well, some of it does. We cannot claim all of it, and I won't. I will never claim all of it, but I am very pleased with the work that we're doing. I think we're really doing, you know, we're doing the best that we can, and we can always improve. So, this is something I'm not sure if we will need to put on a later agenda or not. So at our June commissioner meeting, they discussed the possibility of purchasing the holiday flag display from the Optimist Club. The reason we're unsure if we can do it or not is, you know, because they put a pole in the ground. I don't know if that's on county property or not, or if there's just kind of a lot of questions.
And actually the putting out and
the ones that they put out and take down. So the Optimist Club, when they come through and they put the flags out for Flag Day and 4th of July.
it's a huge fundraiser.
It's a crazy fundraiser. We do it for the Lions Club in Bellevue. It's crazy. I mean, if you've been through Bellevue on Flag Day or 4th of July, it's pretty amazing. The riverbank there.
Yes.
And the people that participate, and it's an amazing fundraiser. So their little receptacles, all they are is about this deep. We do call locate them.
Yeah.
Even for a foot deep.
Yeah.
They're just little receptacles.
Yeah.
They stay in the ground. They don't come out.
They're in the city right away.
Okay, so it's not county property then, okay. We were just unsure, we wanted to, one of the commissioners had brought it up as a possibility for us to do, outside of our office. And so we brought it up in the meeting and then they said, oh, maybe you need to talk to Board of Supervisors, so.
So if
What if
they decide to do that, then maybe they could I could give you some insight who to touch base with, because you gotta play pretty strict with it, they gotta go in at a certain time and come out at a certain time, and you gotta keep control and keep count of them, and
I'm surprised the optimists, do they want to get?
Are they wanting to take it over from the Optimist?
No,
Or they're
we
just
just,
wanting
we
to
just
put
wanted
this
to
apply
purchase
to be
a
out.
yeah, they just want.
Oh, to put out in front of the.
Yeah, not take it out, no, we don't wanna go around taking them, I'm sorry, I should have.
I'm just like.
Made that clear.
I know what you were saying, and then they were going that
I
way, and I'm like,
apologize.
wait, we're not on the same
No,
track.
I apologize for that
I was
misunderstanding.
just like-
Yeah, no, we
that's a
don't,
commitment.
So just have one in front of the.
just have one in front of the
I
door.
mean, I think it's what, 35 or 40 bucks?
It's 55 for the
55?
year, yeah, so we probably wouldn't do it obviously this year, there's not maybe enough holidays left, but.
Yeah.
They said, oh, just ask Board of Supervisors if, I was like, okay.
yeah. I don't see anything wrong with
Okay.
that.
That would be something. Does the county, do we want to put one or two out on and put them next to your benches? Gotta highlight them.
Anyway, I didn't mean to bring more work to you guys, but, but
Did you say you want to take the benches out? Is that?
Whatever you wanna do.
Oh, and I wasn't sure.
Maybe add more.
so yeah, they said, hey, make sure. I'm like, okay, I'll ask. And then upcoming, we had our drive-in movie and that was really fun. We had about 63 people come, 63, 65. I think about 34 of them were veterans, which makes sense because veteran and, somebody in their car. So it's really fun. It was a good time. We heard a lot of good feedback. People had a lot of fun. We had a lot of vendors. Quad Cities Vet Center came out with their big vet center truck. The suicide prevention from the VA came out. The National Guard transition individual, he came. The Cemetery Association came, the VA Cemetery Association, Osterhouse, Clover Ridge, Visiting Angels, VFW. I can't name them all off, but we had a lot of vendors there.
And Jackson County Economic Alliance, we have this
Yeah.
based Iowa initiative thing.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
They have yet to have anybody apply for like the down payment home assistance program, anything.
Which is strange because I've given out the application several times.
Yeah, you talked about it our last meeting, and I was like, well, we got the drive-in thing. You guys might want to coordinate your order. But she said nobody has ever applied.
That's so fun because I've given the application. People have told me they're going to apply. I have encouraged, I've said, here's the information you need. I've signed the application saying, yes, this person qualifies, but
Maybe we need to follow up where they take it, or
yeah, maybe we just need to do another newspaper article too. That might be a benefit. Maybe get on the radio and do
not
something.
wanting
like
to
that.
put another thing on your plate. Maybe you need to have them put it back into you, and you can personally make sure it gets
Yeah.
to Kelly Brown.
Yeah.
because maybe it gets lost in.
Maybe
Yeah,
it does.
maybe they
Trade.
don't know where Roy is going.
That's
after-
true. That's
After you
true.
hand it out to them.
That could be.
Who
That
knows,
could
maybe
be.
they're sending it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
It was-
right, yeah.
Never
And
mind.
on there, it does have her phone number and her information and everything, but
Right.
yes, maybe it would be easier if it's turned in at my office and then transferred that way. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. Julie Fern was also at the drive-in event. Yes, it was like, she was there. Remember that. There were so many people, and IDVA was there with the Liberty Bell. It was fun. It was a really good
Good.
time.
Nice.
June 18th is the Veterans Appreciation Dinner hosted by VFW at Together We Build. We'll be participating. I know they have several resource vendors lined up. I talked to them yesterday and they had over 100 RSVPs. So hopefully it will be a big event. And that's all I have unless you have other questions for me.
No, great report.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank
That's a good
you.
word. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Luke.
With that, Ruth's portion here being done, I would like to have a motion to accept and place on file the Veterans Affairs minutes from the May 13th, 2026 meeting.
I can make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to accept and place on file the Veterans Affairs meeting minutes as presented. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we got Jaden Shekel. Come on down.
Morning.
Good morning.
Looks like you got some busy work going on.
Yeah.
Well, he's closing roads, he's putting new culverts in, he's
Bridges,
bridges and.
maybe you can get around Jackson County at all.
Tis the season. So I'll go through all that after this, because today's a very busy day for our office staff or our inspection staff. First on the agenda is fiscal year 27 RCTP agreement. This one is for the city of Springbrook. So if you recall, a few weeks ago was approved for the multiple different communities, city of Springbrook being one of them. They have signed their agreement, so it's now being brought forward to you all for
With
approval.
fiscal responsibilities on their end also.
Yes.
And
Yep.
again, this has all been approved prior to their applications and to the inspections and whatnot, so.
So yeah, there's a RCTP funding, but yes, you're correct. They also have a local contribution to the project, so it's not solely funded through RCTP.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to approve the FY 27 RCTP agreement with the city of Springbrook. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a STBG funding agreement for 395th Avenue. So there's been already 2 grants for this. Our 395th Avenue project is slated for next summer, fiscal year 27. There's already been 2 grants received for this project, one being TSIP for the realigning of the road, paved shoulders, rumble strips, all that stuff. Then there was also a USTEP grant received for the right turn lane on Highway 52 to turn off onto 395th. Well, the city of Bellevue applied for a STBG grant through RPA and were successful in that, receiving that STBG grant. So since it's all incorporated with our project, we are the lead agency for the project. So the funding agreement would actually comes to us as we are the recipient of the funding agreement. Basically this is all for the remaining work of the right turn lane, because the USTEP grant for the right turn lane pays for a portion of it. This STBG grant will fund the remaining portion of that right turn lane. So
It's gonna be a huge improvement and I would like to see a little more down there. As a matter of fact, from that intersection, it is a busy spot.
it is, and we're also evaluating right now. Was originally planned for full depth reclamation, but there's just the existing pavement section once you come off just north of Offshore's entrance to almost going north to 308th Street. The whole pavement, there's only like 2 inches of asphalt on there. That's all that's there. So wondering if we need to like reconstruct and put in concrete paving, because that would allow us to then phase the project too, because access through that portion is going to be very difficult, I guess, because it's especially with the campground being right there, Spruce Creek, like timing of the project. We have to do it in phases to try to minimize the amount of inconvenience for Spruce Creek, offshore through there, because once it hits Memorial Day, everything through there is just
Congested.
So trying to we're working through all that internally. But it's going to be next summer, I guess people should expect a lot of inconvenience for one summer's worth through there, but we'll get in and get out. But so this STBG funding agreement is 4 elements as it relates to the right offset right turn lane. Leave their dollar amount in it.
Is it
It doesn't-
13,807
Yes, it is. Thank you.
approximately?
Last question?
I'll make that motion to approve.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve the STBG funding agreement for 395th Avenue as presented to the amount of $113,807. Any other discussion? Does this need to have chair signature part of the motion too?
Yes, I believe it is.
The motion should be to approve and authorize chair and auditor signature on the STBG funding agreement between Jackson County and the Iowa Department of Transportation for the 395th Avenue Road Project, STP-AS-TSF-CO 49 parent 106 parent -5P-49 for a maximum of $113,807.
That was exactly what my motion was.
That's it.
I knew that.
Pretty sure
My
that's
second
what
one,
you
I
did.
didn't want to repeat it, but I.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Inspection staff will have fun with that one next year with all the different divisions that'll be in the plans with all the.
At
grades.
least there's some improvement. We've been discussing with the DOT for years and they've been doing studies on that intersection and the accident rate and whatnot. And at least they're starting here to improvement. I would like to see an acceleration lane going north and I would like, a couple of different things, but at least we have a turn lane coming in, so.
So with there only being a couple of inches of asphalt, what's the subbase like? I mean, is it?
Just dust control treated sub base is all it is. It's amazing it's held up as well as it has, but it's like with full depth reclamation, what it involves and which was what was planned for the project. They'll basically come in, mill the 2 inches of asphalt and go down. They'll mill a total of like 12 inches because they'll get into the subgrade material and make it one homogeneous material. And as it's milling it up, it'll inject cement stabilizing agent in there. And then it lays it back down, has to be rolled and compacted and allowed time for that to cure. But in that cure time, it's going to be like for residents driving on a gravel road and depending on conditions, temperatures, cure, could take about up to 2 weeks maybe. And then they have to come in and put all the asphalt, new asphalt on top. So it's kind of I don't know, it'd be really disruptive, I guess, versus if we were just to core it out, put concrete back, it can be done. The inconvenience is still the same, but it's in a shortened time frame. And you can phase it such that you allow people access because you can pave it when you pave it back in concrete, you can do it in phases. So up to a center line of what's one of the side roads there is at 300th Street, which is essentially a dead end road. Allows people to come in and out once it gets cure strength. They can drive on the new slab. You can continue forward. I guess ultimately we're evaluating that, but ultimately it's going to be a large inconvenience or a huge inconvenience no matter what rehab project we go or what
Do it
rehab
right.
method we go with. But
Okay.
the benefit with concrete is we're in there, come in there and do it once and we're done. Like with doing it full depth reclamation, as with any of our asphalt, about 20 years, we're going to be back in doing a mill and overlay again. So weighing all the.
Is there a chance like on the Bernard Road that we're doing it where it cures inside of a day kind of thing? Because if you look at it, whether it's Bernard Road or over there on 395th, you're probably affecting the same amount of people. It's just Bernard Road stretched out over miles.
Yeah,
So
the thing with the overlay is the opening strength by DOT spec for a concrete overlay is less than new pavement.
okay.
But that's not to say with depending on the types of mix or the aggregate that's in the mix that you can achieve maturity within maybe 2 days. For example, when we as the county did 308th Street a couple of years ago or a few years ago at this point, we were seeing concrete reach maturity in less than 2 days to get off so they can get on the slab. So it's not the typical like in the past where you had to wait at least 7 days. You mixes anymore, you can get on them really quickly. So but we're evaluating that. So. And another benefit with concrete is obviously as we realign that portion, trying to allow access for anybody north of like the golf course, because that also more or less is a dead end road as you go north on 395th, because it turns into a level B, but it's essentially acts as a dead end. So by doing concrete, you can allow phasing to where they drive on one, where they pour back as a lane at a time as they tie in to allow traffic on it. Once it gets cure strength, you could tear out the old the old travel lane and pour it back. And probably butchering that, describing that, but there's benefits ultimately to having concrete allow for the phasing of it. So we're trying to evaluate all that.
Okay.
Next is the awarding of our fiscal year 27 fuel and LP contracts. So as we do every year, we go out for solicit bids for fuel, gasoline, and LP. So this year we solicited bids. We solicited out to 4 providers for our gasoline and diesel bids. We received bids back from 2 providers, one being River Valley Energy out of Bellevue, and the second being Mulgrew Oil Company out of their plants actually out of Dubuque. Based on the results this year, River Valley is the low bid. I provide you with the bid tab. Brittany, I can give this to you for the numbers, but there's a lot of numbers in there, but to recommend awarding the fuel contract, which includes the gasoline and diesel, to the low bidder of River Valley Energy.
Make that motion.
I would second.
I got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to award the fuel, gasoline and diesel fuel bids to the low bidder of River Valley Energy out of Bellevue as presented. Any other discussion?
So understand that these are not the per gallon price.
Correct. This is basically their profit amount, if you,
Above the retail,
yes. So every week, our average rack price of fuel changes based on the global conditions.
Yeah.
The price that they're submitting the bid on is what's added onto that to obviously cover their delivery fees and stuff, but also profits. So yeah, what they're bidding on is not, what they're submitting as the per gallon price is not what we pay per gallon. It's just added on to the weekly rack average price, however you want to word that.
so it's taken from the
Yeah, because we have.
market that day, basically.
Because we have a subscription service that we get weekly emails of what, based on any type of blend of fuel, what that rack average price is each and every week.
So
So
you have several different, you got ethanol and you got the diesel fuel, you got the number 2, you got the winter blend, and you got the additive. So there's a lot of things involved here.
yes, so the dollar amount that's listed in that bid tab, that's obviously an estimate too, because depending on how much gallons we go through based on how much snow we got to remove each year.
I just want to clarify, somebody's not gonna look at the number she puts in the paper and say, oh my God.
Yes, so I don't.
Why are they
Buying it
getting
at
it for
30
this
30
price?
cents a gallon, yeah. what's
So, yeah, I can send you an email, Brittany, if you'd like, but this price per gallon will not be what we pay per gallon purely, so. Because that will throw people off.
All right. And the LP, or did you do that one included in that?
We finished.
We've got a vote.
So are we on to the LP now then?
No, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Is a day and date. So next is the LP bids. We solicited it out to 4 providers and also received back only 2 bids. One being AgVantage FS out of Macokota and second being Mulgrew Oil out of Dubuque. This for the LP, the low bid was AgVantage FS for their price per gallon. So we recommend awarding the LP bid to AgVantage FS out of Macokota.
So moved.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve the LP gas low bid to AgVantage FS out of Macokota as presented. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And then I can try to give a brief, quick update on the construction project. So Bernard Road overlay work has started today. They're out there putting in the sub drains, so that road is closed. There's been some calls last week. We've been informing people. Talked to the post office yesterday about it. So guess the public just to be cognizant. I guess it's planned to be closed through early August. Maybe there's a chance it opens up sooner depending on what phase of work, but ultimately the project is expected to last till early August. So our guys are out there with that. They're gonna pour the north abutment of the Kenilworth Bridge this afternoon. They're also gonna pour an abutment on the 458th Avenue Bridge over by Preston Buckeye area. The Z15 bridge, they're stripping all of they got all the barrier rail on the bridge poured, so they're working on stripping all those forms to allow the subcontractors to come in and start doing approach and paving work. Feel like I'm missing one other project yet. The Concrete Paving Association is also coming in sometime late morning, early afternoon to drill cores on the Caves Road for us to determine how thick of the asphalt is out there for our fiscal year 28 rehab project, to know what rehab method are we going to do for that, because the plans for that stretch of road, there's not much information from what we can find, so just need to know what we're dealing with pavement thickness for us to determine. So the guys are running around trying to cover all that, so very busy today. And I guess on the maintenance side of things, our guys are out repairing from the excessive rains last week, repairing culverts, washouts, what have you, everything, tree debris. I think all that's mainly been picked up, but just cleaning up from last week's storms. So everybody's busy.
It was a doozy last week.
I had several calls with trees down, but not so much washouts and stuff. So yeah, I talked to Rick early on, but yeah.
From the Coca River, maybe all of you have seen it.
Yeah,
It came
it's
up-
wild.
quick.
Yeah.
So Channelworth contractors have been dealing with moving their equipment out of the staging area and everything, because that's been underwater, and luckily they're still able to work on the abutment, but it's a mess right now.
First one in, several years where we had a good kind of Mother
I see a
Nature
terrible
cleared the
picture
throat,
of-
so to speak.
So there's an electric dam there, looks like it was running pretty heavy hard.
Yeah.
Water sitting in the bottoms at Bridgeport there, really
Yeah.
out of its banks almost.
Several spots that did make it. Thank you very much for everything you're doing.
Appreciate
it.
Have a good day.
Yep, you as well.
Next up is, you stood with the auditor's office.
Good morning. I need a motion to approve the June 9th, 2026 meeting minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspaper.
Who would make that motion?
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the minutes of the June 9th, 2026 meeting as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspaper. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $240,000, $985.71.
So moved.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants and the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $240,985.71. And that was, there was what, almost 60,000 in rock, and there was 6,000 for some software stuff, solution, or I forget what it was. Audit, or the assessor's office, I think. Had it. There was, so getting back to pretty much run of the mill, the gas and things, so.
And just as an FYI, we will be having claims next week also.
So so that'll be the final one for the fiscal year?
Yes. Yes.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the updated ownership information of a Class C retail alcohol license to Bluff Lake at 9301 95th Avenue, Macokota.
Make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve the update ownership information of a Class C retail alcohol license to Bluff Lake at 9301 95th Avenue, Macokota. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
As we annually do, and in order to pass auditing, today I need a motion to approve and authorize chair signature on the FY 27 contracts between Jackson County Board of Supervisors and the 4 public libraries in the cities of Bellevue, Macokota, Preston, and Sebula, with the county agreeing to provide financial support of $113,300.
I would move to approve.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to approve and authorize chair signature for FY 27 contracts between Jackson County Board of Supervisors and the public libraries in the cities of Bellevue, Macokota, Preston, and Sebula, with the county agreeing to provide libraries financial support of $113,330. Any other discussion?
So these allocations are based on a population or usage, they're different, so every year we go through. And was there an increase from last year even?
As far as money, we did not increase.
Okay,
It's the same.
but is it based on population, is that correct? Or
Usage.
I think it's
usage?
I think it's both. So they give us their formula and they make the division. They tell us who gets, which money, and then we adjust the budget.
And just to add to that, I have grandchildren that go to mostly the library in Bellevue, but they really enjoy it and they say it's a fantastic spot to go and
Yep.
do things.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And my last item today deals with a resolution. I'm asking for a motion to approve resolution number 1189-06-16-2026 for contract law enforcement services for officers not currently employed by Jackson County at a rate of $85 per hour, and officers employed by Jackson County in the amount of 1 1/2 times the officer's normal rate of pay.
And this is for officers that are not actually on duty, but off duty, providing security for.
So you have 2 different kinds of officers. You have, yes, those that are not currently employed by Jackson County.
Which could be like city law enforcement,
Correct.
serving in a function. And this is an example of this is the Macokota Chamber with the Timber City Adventure Race is using this as a guide to make sure we have adequate security at intersections and stuff. So it's a way to kind of,
Rodeos next week, another fair is coming up.
Yep.
I'll make that motion. Second.
we got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve resolution 118906-16-2026 for contract law enforcement services for officers not currently employed with Jackson County at a rate of $85 per hour and officers employed with Jackson County at the amount of 1.5 times the officer's normal rate of pay. Any other discussion?
Just clarifying, we had a contract in place, we just raised it from 75 to 85.
Right.
Because the expenses are going up, equipment. Shirts, gun, yeah.
Everything.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all that I have for the board today.
Those board and commission reports.
None here.
I have none.
The Macokota River Water Management Authority, we did actually hire a new coordinator, Judy Joyce. She has vast knowledge, pretty much knows everybody involved with the watershed. Has worked on several watersheds. She knows how to do grants and all that stuff. It seems to be a good fit, so we're looking to get her spun up, and our first meeting will be in August. Where she's actually functioning as a coordinator right now. Michelle Turner with the Limestone Bluff has been kind of trying to be the interim, took all the stuff, so she's getting her brought up to speed on doing that. So we're pretty excited about how we got somebody in there and their knowledge they brought, so. That's all I have.
No further business, I'd make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Hold up.
Right.
Applications, can we hold off on the adjournment?
So that was my question. That's why, my question to you then is, we have received the 2 applications. For that commission, when would you like me to present that to you?
Let's say we put it on the agenda next week for the VA, and I just noticed on here with the medical examiners, do we need to reappoint them or most of them expire at the end of the
Well, that's why
month,
I just,
you know?
when I'm looking at that, do you want me to talk to Dr. Peterson to get some direction from him?
Yeah, I guess I would recommend making sure he wants.
Okay, I'll reach out to Dr.
These
Peterson
all on
and I'll
there.
put that on the agenda also. And I guess the other thing is.
County Compensation Board, make sure that we reach out to representatives to see if they still
Yeah, I
want to
wasn't
do it or
really
if they want to
sure, so-
change.
What your thoughts were on that, so I just wanted to make you aware.
I'm okay with the representatives that are currently serving.
Mine, I will have a new one, mine no longer wants to serve, so I'll be having a new representative.
So I would say let's just get them on the agenda.
Okay, I'll do that, I'll contact Dr. Peterson, we'll get it done.
Now you can,
Motion's still on the table, I think.
got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to adjourn. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 We do have a work session after.
Yep. All those, all right. Motion carried. We're adjourned. Have a good day.